So Helios is a solar startup in the Philippines, venture-backed. They were creating a new platform. So they came to us to first create some designs and then later on create a bubble app. Yeah, we started out with the designs. Basically, we iterated on some mock-ups that we gave them. With Helios, there were a number of different tasks that they gave us. So, for example, one of the first tasks they gave us was they wanted us to design the homepage and the kind of initial stages of a marketplace. So what they did is they wrote out what they wanted. They put some requirements into a document, and then they wrote up this kind of like what they want. So they want a homepage, they want a panel options page, right? So we clarified that. So if you look back in the comments, we clarified what was needed. We assigned it to a designer, and the designer created a Figma rendering of that. So here's the homepage that was designed, and then there were some additional screens like this one. And so then when we gave them a first draft, they would review it, and then the feedback that was given, we asked them to create subtasks. So basically, anytime they wanted feedback, they would just create a subtask like this, and they would say, all right, with this, let's change this and this, and then we would update it. So that's basically how the process worked.
But I suppose the biggest issues that I've come across in the past are finding reliable freelancers and dealing with all the back and forth interactions. So how's Taskbeasts standing out from the crowd in that respect?
Yeah, so what I learned by hiring all these people for 4 years is I got to know who was good. And the other thing to note is every time I hired someone for most jobs, I typically hired 3 people, gave them a short scope of work, and tested to see who was the best one, right? So I was constantly kind of figuring out who the best freelancers in different domains, like creating video content, creating written content, doing BI, development tasks, design tasks, all these different areas. And so we've put together a pretty good vetted list of folks that we can tap into. And also we give a system that makes kind of the way that they work very consistent, which is the other big problem of kind of using Upwork. And like everybody works a little bit differently.
So what does the actual process look like? Let's say I decide I'm going to give it a go. How does it work?
Yeah, so we use ClickUp. And so what we ask clients to do is we set up a folder or a space for you, and then you just start creating cards, right? And there'll be different lists. Like lists will depend on the type of task. So there'll be like a design list or an admin list or a marketing list. And then they'll just create cards in those lists and describe what they need done. Submit that card, right? It'll automatically go to our project manager, who will look at it, make sure that they understand it. If they don't, they will comment and ask them to clarify. As soon as they understand it, they will assign a number of points and assign a person.
So what is the first thing I need to do?
Yeah, so it's very simple. You just buy points. Like at the beginning, you can just test this out. We give 10 points for free. The value of a point is at full price, $5 each. So that's about $50 of work that you're getting. Typically, like we ask you not to create more than 2 tasks for that. So you can give us like a design task or an admin task or a content creation task, and then we will assign it. Like you'll create your own, you'll see your ClickUp card, you'll see it update, and you'll kind of see, hey, do I like this system? What we love about this model is that, if you like it, you can outsource anything. Like we have access to all kinds of people. So the whole idea is like full flexibility, like we've got some companies we work with that were literally just like founders, and then they just, they were scaling, but they realized, hey, I don't need employees. Like I can just continue scaling with you guys.